All right, everybody, welcome back. You're listening to Salty's Live Music. I'm Brad Banyas. Today we're at the Fernandina Beach Songwriters Festival, and we have just an amazing guest from Austin, Texas, Macy Dot. We listened to her last night. She's amazing, and we're just happy to talk to you. Nice to meet you.
So excited to be here.
Well, you're very talented. I'm excited to hear.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Well, I love it, like how people deal with adversity. So last night the sound system was, I don't even know what to say it was doing. It was quirking, bugging out, whatever, dead in her song, just like a pro, handled it like a pro, no big deal, no stress, picked up and just killed it. So that was all.
It was so much fun. Troubadour Blue, they had me up for a song, and they're truly some of the sweetest, most talented people you'll ever meet.
They
And I
are.
was so honored. I was so honored to be up there.
You kind of said modern bluegrass, right? Yeah, so you said, yeah.
It's like they put their own twist on it. It's their own thing. And I think that's so special. And that's what we're all striving to find, is that thing that makes us different. And they've definitely accomplished that for sure.
Well, we've been around a lot of people, not necessarily musicians, but people in life, and like attitude and energy. You can tell when you meet someone, and I would say that about you. You have you have great attitude, great energy, and also awesome musician. But the fact of that is, you can feel that. And I think that matters whether it's in music or not.
Well, we're in Fernandina. We're in Florida. And this is work for me. Like I'm so blessed. I'm truly so grateful, and I can't believe this is my life sometimes, and I just have to remind myself to find joy in all the things. Yeah. Even, the craziness of being a musician. There's so much to be excited about and grateful for.
Well, you've already had some pretty good accolades, and I didn't go into all the detail, but with the Dolly Parton Award and all that, that's amazing. I mean, I don't know, because people said I used to look young. I don't now. You look young. I don't know how old you are. I'm like, she looks like she's like 15. Wow, that's amazing. So that's good. That's a good thing.
I'm 22 years old.
Okay.
I graduated from Belmont last December. I had a songwriting degree, and I got to write songs for homework. And my parents paid for that. Can you believe I talked them into that?
Mom, you did a good job.
You did a great job.
So that's awesome. Well, I got to talk to your family before, and they're amazing. Having a good family helps as well. So
I agree. It's such a non-traditional career, and we're all figuring it out. And I haven't met anyone that has a formula for how to conquer the music industry, and having a support system and people that encourage you and believe in you is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're smart, so that's great. So what do you like just to tell the world, and like what do you kind of write now, and what are, like, obviously I think you'll be a star, but what are your objectives? What do you want to be? Like, what do you want people when they say, I see Macy Dot, like what do you want them?
I love this question.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that is ever changing for me, and there's some big goals, like play the Grand Ole Opry. I made my Bluebird debut last January, which was a huge dream of mine.
Awesome.
And I would love to have a huge career and play arenas and write songs that everyone knows the words to, but I also am currently learning that Nashville has kind of made me believe that I have to have this commercial aspect to music. And I went in a room the other day, and I was talking to my co-writer. We talked for like 2 hours. And I was like, are we going to write today? And she's like, I don't know. Do you have time? She was going to the airport. And I was like, you know what? I've really been learning that God gives us gifts for a reason. And he is not going to supply you with these skills unless there's a purpose to it. And we can get so beat down about the music industry. And so we wrote a song about having faith. And I just was reminded why I fell in love with writing songs in the first place was to get through life, whether it's celebrating or getting through hardship. And I just always want that to be the center of my career, is music brings people together, and I have the gifts to do that.
That's awesome.
And so there's so many glamorous things that I want to do and want to see happen with my career. But when it comes down to it, I just want to write songs that people relate to and they don't feel so alone.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's amazing. That's good. Not many. I'm old and I don't know what I want to do yet. So that's pretty awesome that you can articulate what you want to.
That through life you can lean certain ways in certain phases of life, and it takes you places that maybe you didn't know you were going to go. So
Right here.
Right.
No idea.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
Writing a music service, we had no idea, so
I love
had nothing to do with it. But well, that's great. Well, what would you like? You're working on some. I don't know. You said an album, or you're working on a couple pieces?
I recorded a bunch of music in Rockport, Texas, and they were all originals. And I'm kind of deciding what I want to do with that project, and it's something I'm having fun brainstorming with.
Yeah.
But I got to the point where this opportunity was presented to me to record a project, which was multiple of my songs that I've written. And I was thinking, I worked with people in the past that they recorded and produced commercial country very well. And I fell into that. And I was like, let's do what we can do well, what we know we have the skills to create.
Right.
And before I recorded this project, I was thinking, I was like, what do I get in my car and listen to? What kind of songs bring me joy and get me inspired and creative and want to write more music? And I love Brent Cobb, Alan Stone, Marcus King.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of leaned that way musically. Some of the writing leaned that way too, but a lot of it was stuff we did in the studio, which was so fun. We did a live recording, so we're all sitting in there singing it and doing it at the same time. And we had some Wurlitzer, some Rhodes on it, some organ, and it was so much fun. It was so magical for me.
That's awesome.
So awesome.
We got to see. I had never seen Marcus King live, and we did the 420 Fest in Atlanta, Sweetwater last year. And he was there, and it was just like hearing that guy live. He's just amazing,
So talented.
absolutely amazing. And we were down in the pit and got to be right there, so it was really it was cool. So call it the Marcus King.
Shout out Marcus.
Marcus, good job.
We
Bro.
gotta get him on.
Yeah, he would love it. He'd love our McBastard studio. I'm telling you, he would love it. So yeah, well, anything else like for someone, what I like to see is someone the younger generation. You know, we've interviewed now, I don't know, here 12 or 13 people, and some of these are like industry songwriter legends that have been around. They're in their 70s. Well, I don't know, so I'm sorry. If you're not, I'm sorry, but somewhere around there.
Yes.
But to see the younger generation and what you're doing is amazing for us.
I feel so inspired to be here. I flew in and we all rode on a bus to the hotel together, and hearing the stories, it felt unreal to be
Yeah.
in the same vicinity as them. And that's something that I go back to a lot to stay grounded, is hearing those kind of stories. Like um one of the guys, Rob, was telling us how his car declined at Walmart one day, and I can't remember if it was that week or sometime not long after that. His song went to radio, and he had a ton of money
Yeah.
in his account, like weeks following that.
Yeah.
And it's just so rewarding to hear that the hard work pays off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Musicians, I know my family is here, and they saw my ripped jeans, and I was like, y'all, I can't afford jeans without holes in them. So we got to go with the ripped look. But you know,
That's still in. Even the old guys are doing the rip paint, Mom. It's cool.
but it's so cool to hear those stories, those redemption stories, and that's what keeps us going. Like those little moments of, okay, like the Bluebird was like, okay, that's a huge dream of mine. I'm gonna keep working really hard to get to that next thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so Rachel Thibodeau was on earlier, and you know, she's been a legend there for a long time, and you know, she was just talking about kind of staying even keel, because you get those highs, but you got to stay even keel.
Definitely.
And then Stephanie Bentley, she was amazing last night,
Crushed it.
just amazing. And which is good for us because we don't really know these people, like we don't know them,
Right.
but just like their life, like where they started young, like
Yeah.
you did, and then had kids, and then got back into it. It truly is something you can do forever. So
Truly.
that's an awesome space to be in.
It is. It's, and being on this trip has just been so inspiring. The beach, the music,
Yeah.
True or Blue, hearing them, hearing all the songs from the songwriter's perspective is so inspiring to me.
We had Dawson Whitefield on earlier, and he's a local, yeah, I think you met him. And he was just like, I don't know, I was talking about going, out west or out to LA, and then he's like, I just found this place, the grace of God, and it was like a good music town, the beach. He's like, it was just perfect. So yeah, so I'm happy to see him do that too.
So cool.
Will you have any advice for others like you coming that are maybe getting ready to go into college or this, or in high school, or kind of like you're now you're an adult now. She's an adult now, but
Eh,
what would you give that 15-year-old girl or 14, 13-year-old girl that wants to do this? What kind of advice would you give them?
that's a great question. And
Yeah.
my advice would change on the day. Like tomorrow I would give a different piece of advice, but I would say surround yourself with people that inspire you. Like Daniel, when I first moved to town, I've known Daniel since I was 15. When I first moved to Nashville, I went to Belmont and I got coffee with Daniel, and he gave me some of the best advice I've ever been given. And I tell him that all the time. I'm like, Daniel, your advice was brutal, but it was so honest. And a lot of people are like, the music industry is so fun. You get to sing your songs. You get to travel to Florida. It's so fun. And he was one of the only people I've ever talked to about that, where right off the bat, he was like, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
But it's so fulfilling. And writing songs is what you fell in love with. That's why you're in Nashville and you chase this dream all the way to Nashville. And it's not going to be easy, but be around people that inspire you and that you just love working with. And I just have to stay grounded a lot. I have to remind myself, I'm not going to write this song because it's a great commercial hook. Like, what am I going through right now that other people are experiencing that I need to sit down and write about this? And
I think that's really smart. It's hard. We have several businesses and social media and all that. Everyone's chasing, the viral video or the hooks.
right.
And sometimes if you do that, you just kind of follow them with the crowd, and the noise kind of drowns it
Yeah.
out versus
Yes.
something unique.
Right.
That, hey, this is what we did. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, it's okay.
Totally. And
So,
someone the other day was like, Macy, what are your hobbies outside of music? And I was like,
I don't really.
sleeping when I can, And so that's currently something I'm working on, is like finding that thing outside of music that inspires me to write songs. They're like, you should read a book. I'm like, no, I'm probably not going to do that. But just, I'm all in on music and I just
Okay.
love it. But I do need a thing outside of it that's like, okay, when I need a break and I need to reset, I go do that thing. And then I come back to it. And so that's something that's the advice I'm taking right now, is finding something outside of music to stay creative and inspired, but I'm not putting all of it into, and I'm not getting burnout.
Yeah. Well, I think that's okay. I mean, if you have a draw to, I want to fish or I want to do it.
Right.
I mean, that's fine. But I think the reality of it is, when you really truly love what you're doing, it's not a job. It's
Right.
just like, I enjoy it.
Right. Yep.
Good news, train's in.
Yep.
Good news. Good news, we can AI that out. But only good thing for AI is to get that sound out.
I love it.
Well, you have anything you want to? I'd like you to tell everyone. It's going to be okay. They won't be here.
Okay.
I want you to tell everyone like where to find you, how you want them to engage with you, and I know the regular social media stuff, but the best place, like, hey, if you really want to know what Macy's doing.
Let me tell you something. I just started going live on TikTok.
Okay.
It was hard at first for me. People say some really unhinged things on the internet, but I have done get ready with me's, and I'm just like engaging with the people that pour into me and comment on my stuff. And it's so cool to feel like you're actually getting to interact with them. It's not a comment that you're replying to, and I'm starting to love it. So that's something I'm currently doing that I haven't done before. So maybe you can hop on that.
Yeah.
But obviously all the socials, Macy Dot and Macy YDOT. But TikTok Live is something that it feels more personal, and it feels like we're in the same room together.
Yeah.
And I just love that. I love getting to talk to the people and get to know them that support me and encourage me.
Yeah, I think TikTok's a great, like, definitely like your generation. So people like us, so they're telling me like, you got to get on TikTok. I'm like, dude, I'm like, I like getting on TikTok.
Sometimes I do pray on its downfall because I don't love posting on TikTok. I'm an Instagram gal.
Yeah.
Give me Instagram all day. And I tell my friends, I'm like, sometimes when I'm going to sleep at night saying my prayers, I do pray that I'll just wake up and TikTok's not there sometimes. But I am learning to find joy in the things that I don't love, and TikTok Live is one of those things. So it's great.
Well, we need to get you on our service. We want you on our service. Yeah. So I'm not gonna push that there, but we really genuinely would like you to see what.
Yeah. I would love that.
So, well, if you don't have anything else, you are lovely, the lovely Miss Macy Dot. She already is a star. She's already doing a good job, but definitely follow her. If you get a chance to see her live at a festival or anything, she's definitely worth it.
I
Already a professional.
thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having me.
Yeah, thanks. You're welcome.